What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, Just Des TV. Thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you guys for clicking on my video. Thank you guys for, don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. And also, don't forget, as you guys know, per tradition, at the end of my video, I am going to play snippets of things that I had caught from Facebook, I think it was, and TikTok, that these girls was talking about the scenes and the episodes and stuff that was happening. So stay tuned all the way to the end. And if you make it all the way to the end, don't forget to subscribe, because I see a lot of people watching my videos, but I don't see a lot of people subscribing. I'm trying to get my likes up to 100 likes. Not likes, but 100 followers. You know, because the sister struggling. But anyway, let's get right into the episode. This is episode, I think it's 17. I'm not sure. I think it is, but this is episode 2 of them being in Jamaica. So it starts off with them still dealing with the situation with Smiley. And they rushing her to the hospital. And then, you know, everything happens. It cuts to Natalie in the confessions faking that she's concerned about about Smiley. And girl, it's not showing on your face. It's not giving. It's giving, I'm on TV and I gotta act like I care. But Anna Mac gonna say it and she gonna say it later on. But that's what it's giving. It's literally giving, I'm on TV. I forgot I gotta act like I really care about this girl for the sake of production. And then my whole thing is sitting there watching everything transpire. At some point, if you're faking, you're going to open your eyes and try to see who's watching and see what's going on. She never really opened her eyes. And if she did even show an inkling of like coherency, production would have caught it. Production would have showed it. So I just need y'all girls to stop acting brand new and stop acting like just because she be faking sometimes, she be faking all the time. Even though, you know, sometimes you can't call it with people. Use your brain. Your brain will be telling you one thing. And taseki, girl, we friends. We cool. You're a friend in my head. I need you to like dial it back a little bit because, oh, the meatball is faking. Like, all of that stuff didn't need to be said. Assess the situation. Assess the situation, because now, guess what? Throughout this whole episode, you fell under the Natalie puppet train. You dropped right onto the Natalie puppet train. And I liked you. But because of everything that transpired in this episode, I'm iffy about you because you jumped right on the Natalie puppet train. Sorry. I liked you though. I mean, I might still like you. It all depends on what transpires in the next couple of episodes. It's going to determine my feelings. Anna Mac talking about, oh, she's fake. I'm just like, girl, at this point, shut your bony ass up. Anyway, yeah, I feel like Natalie was faking for the film, but here, Mariah Lynn talking about she was crying, and E.T. talking about she thought she was sleeping and just foaming out her mouth. That just shows 3rd grade. I'm gonna keep saying it until somebody get it. 3rd grade. Child, I got an E.T. of Scottie. I mean, I got a video of Scottie, I got a video of Sookie, and I got a video of E.T. They was eating her up in the comments. I'm gonna post it. Child, they started a whole nother petition to get them out the house. I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna see if I can find the girl again. Cause child, this is too much. And Mariah Lynn talking about she don't cry for nobody. Like she don't cry for nothing and not even her ops. Girl, you sound stupid and you turning red. Get out the sun. Get out the sun. Get out the sun. Right now, I feel like I'm going through a vortex because I don't know if I'm coming or going in this episode. So many twists and turns. I was just like, what in the world am I watching? Taseki said the moment that Smiley felt scared, she started faking. And I was just like, what did she feel scared about? I need you to elaborate. I need more context for you to make that statement, Taseki. So she goes, you know, if she get on a bus with them, she gonna beat her up on a bus, or she gonna slap her. Girl, you fell right into their trap. Biggie says at this moment she wants to know where they taking her, how long it's gonna take, and the fact that she probably at BS in the doctor somewhere. Girl, we didn't need that commentary. We didn't need it. So Taseki said that she's done. Friend, Please, I need you to stop, friend. Taseki, you my friend in my head. I need you to stop because you're starting to look bad. The whole episode, you're starting to look bad because you fell right into their trap. So Natalie she calls all the girls together and starts to give this speech. And she says, oh, I'm about to take off my glasses because I need y'all to look me in my eyes. And I'm like, why you take off your glasses, girl? You scared the crap out of me. Put them on, put them on, put them back on, put them back on. You scared me. So she starts talking and she starts projecting that the other girls was the ones who has an issue with Smiley and that they don't like her and the fact that they need to be a little bit more compassionate. And I'm just like, girl, you are the other people. You are the one with the issue. You are the one that don't like her. But the projection is good, is real, because these dumb bozos besides Sky is the only one that spoke up about it and caught it. We see what you're doing. There's the rock. She threw it. I'm just letting y'all know. So she's blaming the other girls on the bus. And she's in a confessional like, you know, these girls are not having compassion, and I feel like they need to be more sensitive to the situation because we really care about her and we really want to make sure she's okay. Girl, bye. Girl, please. You saying the words out your mouth, but it just feels automatic. You going through the motions. You don't care about that girl. And Rollie and Animac gonna tell us that later on. So I could tell that Sky's upset. She's really annoyed about the situation and everything else, but not about the situation, more so about just everything that transpired, everything that happened, you know, and she was nervous for Smiley. And she could tell that Natalie is trying to blame them for what happened. She sees it. She peeps it. She sees it for what it is. Animac says she had 2 shots. Scott says she had 4 shots. Biggie says she had 3 to 4 shots. Smiley in the hospital says she has 7 shots. And I'm just like, at this point, I don't know what's going on. I got all these numbers going on in my head, and I can't make 1 + 1 make 2. It don't make sense. It's not adding up. I don't care how many shots she took. I don't know. I think if Animac want to say that red cup shot, that half a cup that she had in that red cup was 2 shots, girl, go with it. If Biggie feel like both of those red cups that she had, half a cup of Henny was 3 or 4 shots, girl, go with it. Go with it. Go with it. At this point, I'm not disputing any idiots. None. I'm going to let y'all believe what y'all want to believe and say what y'all want to say. This is my opinion. This is how I feel. Don't come in my comments talking no foolishness. I don't care whose side you on. Take that somewhere else. I don't care. This is my opinion. That's how I feel. I like the speech that Sky gave about the situation and about Smiley. You understand? She tried to like clean it up real nice and wrap it up in a bow for you dummies. But they so bent on making her the villain. There's no change in their minds. There's no change in their minds. But Sky did backpedal when she said that all the girls showed concern. No, they didn't. We didn't hear a peep out of some of them. So, girl, you backpedaled. You backpedaled. I caught it. You cleaned it up because you still trying to be their friend, not knowing that they threw you under the bus for peeing in a cup on a bus and nobody would have knew. You gonna know. You gonna know. They all in the confessionals saying the words that they are compassionate for her situation, but they body language, their eyes and their face don't match what they saying out of their mouth. It's not, you're not fooling us. We all know that y'all don't care. We all know that y'all don't care about this girl. We all know that. You don't have to keep saying it because you're trying to convince yourself, because you keep saying it because you're trying to convince yourself. That's what that is. Y'all trying to convince yourself and make it come off as that way, but you don't. Y'all saying it because you know it's the right thing to say, but we know that y'all don't care about her, nor her situation, or what happened to her. And I would have respected y'all more if y'all would have said it in the moment, like, "Oh, I don't care what happened to her," and then walked away. I don't care. Say it and then walk away. Hope she all right. I don't really care. Say that. But y'all in these confessionals talking about y'all feel compassionate, blah, blah, blah. Girl, get out of here. Camilla talking about, oh, well, if she doesn't care about her health, then why should I? Girl, you have kids. Shut up. You know them little rugrats don't care about their health every day. But you still care. Girl, get out of here. Just say you don't see it for her. Because you annoyed me the whole episode. The whole episode. Your face, your actions, your attitude, it all. You could be off the show too because you add nothing really relevant to the show. You be playing both sides. Girl, get out of here. Shut up. So we cut to the scene with Smiley at the hospital and she come to. This girl is asking questions like, what happened? Where's my baby? Where's my son? Did somebody beat me up? And I'm just like, even when she was waking up, you could tell that she was coming out of a stupor. Like you know how when you, I don't know if you guys have ever done any anesthesia and you come out, you be saying all kind of stuff. You just be mumbling stuff and you don't know what's going on. And I'm just like, that's how she looked and sound. You could see it in her face. You could see it in her face and her eyes that she's still kind of like jacked up. Even when she showed up at the dinner, you could see it in her face that she was still drained and jacked up. But nobody took that in consideration. Not even production. Shame on production. Shame on production. Somebody who's acting is not going to say, did somebody beat me up? Y'all sound stupid. But y'all was just too in the moment. It's okay. It's okay. So as they explain to her what happened, they are, she's like, how? When? What happened? When did this happen? Yo, you could look at her face. Look at her face. Everybody's saying she's faking. She looks scared and confused. Even a blind person could see that she wasn't faking, right? The reason why she was holding on to her arm is because she didn't want them to draw blood from her. The reason why she didn't want them to draw blood from her because she knows she did something other than drink. All of these is telltale signs that you have to pay attention to people. She was hiding something, allegedly doing drugs. Hiding something. She was hiding something. That's why she didn't want them to do what they needed to do, because she was hiding something. But you bozos, you can't tell them nothing. You can't tell them nothing. Regardless whether they seen what happened at the hospital or not, you could, the girl admitted on national TV that she do perks. Get the wax out y'all ears. That's what y'all need to do. She said it's normal for her to be having seizures. It's in her history. And I'm just like, okay, so if it's in her history, so she knows that it happens, right? She knows she'd be blacking out and stuff like that. But I don't know what to say about that because I just don't know. So we cut to the scene where Natalie takes the girls, Natalie and her crew go meet up with Sookie and Bobby at their bus. She couldn't, baby, this girl couldn't wait to unload on Sookie and them. Just last episode, you were saying that Sookie don't know what she was talking about because she don't be there half the time. But here's the messenger. Delivering false information. Story time. She starts telling Sookie and Bobby about what happened. Natalie starts telling Sookie and Bobby what happened, right? But she said that the other girls thought that she drank something. So now they're not sure. After all of them said, oh, she took 2 shots, 3 or 4 shots, 4 shots, whatever, right? So they clearly know that she drank something. But here's Natalie's little twist. Skewing the information, right? She looked like she was having a seizure. Right there shows that Natalie didn't believe her and didn't want to believe her. So whatever Rollie or anybody said after that, she latched onto it because she didn't want to believe her. If you believed somebody in the situation, you would say stuff like, oh, she possibly had a seizure. It looked, she possibly had a seizure. That's what it looked like to me, like she was having a seizure. You wouldn't say it looked like she was having a seizure. Like, girl, that girl's like. So Sookie wants to know if Smiley's okay. She genuinely showed concern because I feel like Sookie is a caring person. She just makes wrong decisions. And she needs to remove Sapphire from around her. She needs to remove Sapphire from around her because that girl is not your friend. She's not your friend. But eventually you'll find out. So Natalie says that the other group did not have compassion for her and they were not being as sensitive to her. And Mariah Lynn co-signed. Like, yup. Child, these girls are thirsty for some attention, to be attached to something. Sapphire says, let's just wait for the update and see what was really happening. This is what I tell y'all. Sapphire sounds intelligent at some points. She even uses empathy correctly every time I hear her say it. She uses it correctly because people don't know the difference between empathy and sympathy. People don't. But she uses it correctly every time. So that's how you know she has semi-intelligence. She knows what's going on. But then when she get around them too, she makes bad choices and she says dumb things. Both groups are walking around in the market. These girls is turned up as usual, dancing, taking pictures, buying clothes, eating guineps, all kind of stuff. And if you don't know what a guinep is, child, you don't know what you're missing. They are so good. And especially when they sweet and in season. Get you some. Guineps are yummy. Anyway, so Camilla looks annoyed. Like very annoyed. And she says that the guineps taste like semen. Sky is zoned out from the situation. Rightfully so, because she's probably thinking like, if I hope this girl's all right, I wonder what's happening to her. Right? Animax said what we all knew in the confessionals. She said, I'm trying to act worried, but I really don't give a F. That's all of y'all. All of y'all, except Sky. Sky and Suki was genuinely worried about her. A little bit, Suki. But Sky was definitely worried about her. But all of y'all was acting worried, but really didn't give a rat's butt. Okay. So then we cut to the scene where Smiley's in a hospital and she's being pushed out in a wheelchair. She's yelling, this is hell. This is not where I want to be. It sucks to be here, blah, 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 blah. She was holding her arm in the hospital because she didn't want them to draw her blood. Like I said, the reality set in for her when she woke up in that hospital and realized what was happening to her. That's why she reacted the way she did and was nervous because she was doing something else than drinking alcohol. That's all that scene told me, that she did something other than drink alcohol. That's all that told me. But it's whatever. So she's being wheelchair to the sprinter. The next time we see her is going to be at the dinner. She's gonna pop up at the dinner. Even when she's being wheeled to the sprinter, you could see in her face. I took the pictures. I'm gonna put the pictures up. You could see in her face that she still was a little bit groggy and not fully there or fully comprehending what's happening. And some of these scenes take all day, take so many hours that you don't know how long she had to rest and really process things. So when she showed up at the dinner, she looked a little bit more better than she did when she was up and about earlier. So you don't know how long they had her sitting in that bus waiting for her to appear on camera. None of us do. But anyway. So then we cut to the scene back. These people is trying to meet up with Rollie because during the whole scene with Smiley, she walked away from the thing. Right? So Rollie lets us know that her father had, unalived, he is no longer with us because of the fact that he was seizure prone. She said he'd been having seizures all his life. I feel bad for her dad. I feel bad for what happened to her dad, but I really don't care about her explaining her situation on this show. I don't really care because I think they're seeking attention. You could see it in her face. Then she proceeds to tell us that she's fighting depression. And again, I don't care about her depression. Everybody fights depression. I have a sister who fights depression. So I'm not knocking nobody who goes through these ups and downs in depression. At one point, I was even depressed and I didn't even know. I just don't care about her situation because the way she's acting does not show that you are dealing with something so severe as depression. Depression is no joke and it's nothing to play with. So I didn't really care. I don't have sympathy for her. I don't have sympathy for her or her situation. Again, I feel bad for what happened to her dad. I feel bad for the dad. I don't feel bad for her because I don't really care. I don't see it for her. I don't care. And the way you carry on, it don't seem like you're dealing with depression. It sounds like you're dealing with other stuff. And then go see a doctor to deal with those things. Go to therapy. Get the help that you need. Don't be on this show drinking and carrying on and doing pills and do all kind of stuff and carrying on this show. Get the help you need, because it doesn't seem like your actions on the show is helping with your depression. I'm just saying. And again, I'm not knocking people with depression. I have a sister who suffers from depression, and she's a manic depressionist. Like, she's a manic. I have bouts once depressed. Like, I had one bout and I didn't even know. And then regular people go through seasonal depression. So it's understandable. But these are not things that you play with, because there are real people out here suffering from real things. Not for TV. Not for TV. And then she said she had to walk away from the situation because she was so concerned and worried about Smiley. If you're so concerned and worried about Smiley, you don't walk away. You step aside, you let what happened happen, you show your concern for her there, and then you walk away and after you know that she's okay, going to the hospital, getting taken care of, getting the proper help that she needs, then you walk away and process. So for Sapphire to say, oh, I'm so happy that you walked away, girl, you're a dummy and you're feeding into her foolishness. E.T. always talking about somebody who wants camera time, but here is a perfect example of somebody who wants camera time. That's it. That is a person who's looking for camera time because she wants to get her story told and she wants to earn compassion, but nobody cares. Just like y'all don't care about other people, we don't care about you. Just you and your situation. I care about people who have depression. It's a sad thing. I see it a lot. I don't care about you and your situation, Rollie. Let's get that 100% clear. I don't care about the individual Rollie, nor do I care about E.T. That's it. That's it. That is it. Child, please. They cut to the scene where they finally make it to the restaurant. They all having a good time, twerking on the table, whatever. I wanted to see the food. My greedy self wanted to see the food because I don't really care for them. So I wanted to see what they was getting in Jamaica. So I know when I go back, I could order it and go to that restaurant. Because I don't really care about what they got going on. So apparently they all shooting a breeze and they was ordering food. Scottie was ordering for Natalie's taste too much food, and she was upset that Scottie got her food first, so she has a little tete-a-tete with Scottie, back and forth. That's what a tete-a-tete is, like a back and forth. So she has a little situation with Scottie. Scottie goes out to take a little smoke break or whatever, and then Natalie is texting her, but when Scottie texts Natalie back, she said F you in a text message. Now, let's put this stuff into context. They have an argument. They have an argument every season. I'm sure in the argument, in the text messages, both of them say stuff that they shouldn't say to each other as friends, best friends, right? Scottie says F you, Natalie gets upset. I'm sure Natalie says it to Scottie. F you, Scottie, not in a text, out person, in episodes, throughout the seasons. This is not the first time that they have said something like this to one another. This is not the first time that they've gotten into an argument. What makes this argument so different? That she would take something as simple over food. Remember, let's not get sidetracked. They were arguing over Scottie ordering and eating too much food. We're going to stay focused. I'm going to keep y'all on track. They were arguing over food. Then Scottie said F you in a text about the food. And Natalie blows it out of proportion. Says stuff like, who you talking to? Who you think you effing talking to? You think you all of that? You think you better than this? Da, 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 da. again. Projecting. Right? All of that stuff. Start saying crazy stuff. This is how, listen, if you let an idiot talk, I'm going to keep telling y'all, if you let a fool talk, they're going to talk you right into how they feel. They're going to tell you how they feel if you let them talk long enough. And Natalie was talking long enough. Yelling and screaming and carrying on. She let up how she really feel about Scottie and what the situation was leading to. So Natalie is mad because Scottie is kind of like breaking out of her shell from under her, and she's making a name for herself. That's why she mad. She mad because Scottie is commanding whatever. She doing too much for us on the show, but probably in the baselines, Scottie is like second in command, calling shots outside of Big E. It seems like that's what I'm saying. So she's trying to let Scottie know that you're doing too much and you're not as good as me, right? She says in this argument, she's not getting played on her show anymore. That is so funny. It's funny because in the beginning of the season, you got played by Krishan and Taseki. And to the point where you had to bring E.T. on because that was their nemesis and she had an issue with her. So that they could take the heat off of you. Girl, you played yourself. Nobody has to play you on this show. And nobody's scared of you. Except for the two people that you called out to the court talking about line them up. Those are the only two people that's scared of you. Nobody else is scared of you. Because we know you're a clown. We know you're a clown. You just trying to convince yourself otherwise. Go ahead, girl. You like it? I love it. Go for it. Clown. Straight clown. Straight clown. So they arguing, Scottie and Natalie arguing. And Taseki keep talking about bring Smiley in. Bring Smiley in because she want to smack her. She want to smack her. And I'm like, Taseki, friend, you look crazy. You look crazy. They done wrote you in and you didn't even catch it. They reeled you right on in through this situation and you didn't even catch it. You were so caught up in the moment and so angry at her because you didn't get to do anything or any activities and stuff that you fell for the okie doke in this moment. They pulled the wool right over your eyes. They pulled the wool right over your eyes because you get up and everybody shut up. They did that to you. And you let them. Anyway, Natalie makes a comment about Scottie running game. And she thinks she's smarter than her. That right there tells me that this argument was contrived. That this argument is about something else. What does ordering food and eating food have to do with you thinking you run a game and being smarter than somebody? How do the two equate? I need explanations. It doesn't make sense. So that right there tells me that this argument is contrived and it's a bigger story to this argument. But let them tell it, we all lying and we looking through, we got rose-colored glasses on. We all lying. We don't know what we're talking about. We lying. But the proof is in the pudding. It's not what you say, it's what's not being said. Analyze the situation. So she's talking about line them up. She keep getting in Scottie's face and yelling like she her child. All the cast members all the cast members there talking about, oh, they supposed to be best friends. They arguing like this. I hate to see it because I hate to see them argue. And I'm just like, that is because Natalie doesn't see Scottie as a friend. Natalie sees Scottie as her lapdog. Scottie sees Natalie as a friend. But the relationship is not reciprocated. Natalie sees Scottie as her lapdog. Scottie sees Natalie as a friend. Compartmentalization is key. That's why y'all keep saying, oh, I thought they was best friends. Why are they arguing like this? Because Natalie does not see Scottie as a friend. I had the same situation with a friend. I see people as friends when I'm with them, hang out with them for long periods of time. I would never fight my friends. Me and my friends, my real friends, have gotten into disagreements and we could agree to disagree, but we don't hate each other. We might not speak a little bit, but then we talk it out and discuss it and put our cards on the table and move on. I never want to fight my friends. But then I had this one bozo clown as a friend who wanted to fight me. And I'm just like, I seen her as a friend. So I let you get a pass from all the stuff that you did. But then when I started looking correctly and noticed that, oh, I see you as a friend, but you don't see me as a friend, I moved accordingly. See the difference? I had to wake up because I was in the twilight zone with the friendship. Scottie is in the twilight zone with her friendship with Natalie. Natalie does not see her as a friend. She sees her as somebody she could use. For Natalie to keep saying she's been on the camera for 15 years, girl, who you trying to convince that you are popular? You or us? You or us? You trying to convince who? Who you trying to convince? It shows that she's trying to let Scottie know that she's better than her. In my eyes. That's her word. That's her way of showing Scottie that she's better than her. Because she's been around longer than her. She's been on TV longer than her. She's the ish. And Scottie is not, because Scottie only been on TV for what? A couple of years. That's her way of letting her know that she's better than her. Natalie knows exactly what she's doing. She knows exactly what she's doing. And if you agree with me, hit that like button. Get down in the comments and below and let me know what part of that you agree with me with. Because Natalie, I feel like Natalie knows exactly what she's doing. She's very calculated, and especially when it comes to Scottie. She knows how to deal with her. What does sending a FU text or ordering too much food have to do with you slick moving and you think you're better than her? It makes no sense. There's a bigger story here that we're missing out on. It's a bigger story that we're missing out on. And it leads me to believe that the stuff that I posted in my other video about, somebody passing around some, some goodies and, with production and all of this stuff like that, the cookie box is getting all over the place, allegedly. I feel like that's a plausible story. It is what it is. It's a bigger story to this argument. Trust and believe. There's a bigger story. So Anna chimes in and she's like, oh, Scottie, she always ready to fight somebody smaller than her, but she don't want to, somebody's her size. She don't want to break up into it. And I'm just like, Anna Mac, it's not about you. Not this moment. It's not about you. We don't care how you feel about Scottie. We ended that in the first 2 episodes. We don't care how you and Scottie don't get along. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care. Mariah Lynn said it's giving weird, and Suki checked her. But Mariah Lynn didn't say nothing wrong. It was giving weird. It was giving weird. And everybody feels that way. So Suki, stop trying to be the mediator. Stop trying to be the mediator. You had an issue with Mariah Lynn and you used this as an opportunity to step to Mariah Lynn. That's all that is. That's all that is. You talking about Mariah Lynn don't know either of them, but you don't know either of them either. Y'all might be associates, but y'all not cool. Stop trying to be the mediator, Suki. Stop trying to be the mediator. So Smiley comes in because they bring Smiley in. So Taseki gets up. She talking about she want to slap her just 3 times. Now you're talking about how she came to her platform faking and disrespecting her. And I'm just like, you invited her in. You knew it was going to be a situation or an issue when she took Mariah Lynn's chain. You knew that it was going to be a situation or an issue from how she says she found you. Remember? She do stuff through the black web. Let me remind y'all, that's what she said in the interviews, in the initial get-together. So how you going to say she came to your show disrespect? Girl, you invited the disrespect because you messy. Smiley says she didn't know what happened to her, and I believe her. Whatever. Natalie says, pull out the camera. Child, where's the footage? Child, she didn't ask production though. So she asked the cast members. And then here comes Anna Mac. Child, with her whack ass. And her phone ready to jump on command. Here we go. Here we go. Let me show you. Girl, you a lap dog too, Anna Mac? I'm just asking for a friend. You a lap dog too? All right, girl, now I see. Y'all losing me in this episode. I had liked a few of y'all, but y'all losing me in this episode. I feel like the only person I like with is Sky. That's it. But Sky be flaking. She be flip-flopping. So I'm iffy with her too. But y'all losing me. All of y'all losing me on this episode. The moment Taseki gets up, everybody gets quiet and sits down. That's because they wanted you to do that, Taseki. They wanted you to do that. And you didn't see it coming. They wanted you to do that. And you didn't see it coming. Rollie said in the confessionals, the reason why they all the reason why they all mad is because she messed up our plans for the day. Her and Anna Mac, they tell us in the confessionals how they feel. I told y'all in the beginning that was why they was mad at her. They was mad at her because they had a bunch of stuff planned and they didn't get to enjoy their day. So they needed to take it out on somebody. And she was the moving target. She said it. She said it. She said it. Sapphire said she just want to hit Smiley. But when Rollie was up in Suki's face, girl, you didn't come with that energy. We see you on the next episode crying because you ain't do what you was supposed to do as a friend. That's why I said Suki should get rid of her. Because she's not in it for friendship. She's in it for the fame. And what Suki could bring to her. Excuse me. Yeah, I said it. Suki needs to get rid of her. She's not a real friend. Because of the way, let me tell you something. The way I would have jumped up with my friend, this big old bozo would have jumped in my friend's face. The way I would have stepped in the middle, and I've done it several times. The way I would have stepped in the middle, it would have been like, girl, what you trying to do? Like, and then we would have jumped her. We would have jumped her. We would have jumped Rollie. Me and my friends. You crazy? We would have jumped her. And we would have jumped ET afterwards. Because that's how it works. And Rollie acting like she all big and bad, but Stunner handled you more than once last season. She handled you. To the point where you slipped and hurt your knee and cut your foot and you was crying. She handled you. As little as she is. She worked you. On the bus, in the house, more than once. And she was working Tommy. So stop. Stop acting like, oh, I got this crazy person inside of me, but when I unleash a girl, you had plenty of opportunities last season. And you got worked by Stunner. And then you sat down and we didn't hear peep from you. Because you was hopping on Cassidy around the house the rest of the season. Girl, be going. Be going. Nobody believes you. Nobody believes you. That's why I said they're trying to convince themselves. They ain't trying to convince us. They're trying to convince themselves. That's what they're doing. Yeah. Okay. They all yelling in Smiley face. Suki and Taseki, they tell her to go home because they're yelling at her and she's sitting there like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. She starts to turn around and leave and Natalie's like, no, in her face, yelling, telling her to come back. She don't care. She don't want to go home now, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, girl, there's nothing you could have told me. There's nothing you could have told me to get me back in there. Taseki says in her confessionals, oh, she's fragile, so she just but you wanted to slap her. But she's fragile, but you wanted to slap her. Then E.T.'s whack ass comes up and pours a bottle of water on this girl's head, saying, she's thirsty. She's thirsty. Let me tell y'all something. It would have took the jaws of Jehovah to get me off that girl. They would have had to jump me in there. They would have had to jump me in that place. Because I would have got so pissed off. I would have turned into the Incredible Hulk in there. Let me tell you something. My older sister is bigger than Rollie. And me and her was fighting. I fought my brothers, all of that stuff. I'm a nice person. I don't like to fight. Not that I can't. I don't like to. But I will if I have to. And it would have took the jaws of Jehovah to get me off of her. for pouring that bottle of water on my head. I would have turned that restaurant upside down and inside out. It would have looked like a tornado hit that shit. Trust me. It would have looked like a tornado hit that restaurant. I would have been locked up in Jamaica. I would have been locked up in Jamaica. Because security would not have been able to get me off of her. My sister, who's bigger than Rollie, couldn't even hold me when I was going after this chick. Because I just see red. It would have took the jaws of Jehovah to get me off of her when she did that. And I don't like to fight. Not saying that I can't. I just don't like to. Because I know how I could get. But Smiley is better than me. Suki called him weird and said she out. Give her a shot. Let her get out of here. We cut to a rap scene of Smiley. They wrap it up. Smiley says she felt targeted and was. You were. You was targeted. You were. You was the weakest link after T. You was the weakest link after Vicky. It was you. And now the weakest link is next episode is Mariah Lynn. See how that works? See how that works? She's the next smallest thing in the house. Suki goes off letting them know that they whack, that they bullying, and none of them. And she let them know that they whack and they bullying her, and none of them don't understand why. They don't see that any of their actions was wrong. They don't see the error in their ways. But those who don't see will feel. Eventually. But honey, I want to say to Suki, you want to be the mediator when it's not time. You and Sapphire, a couple of episodes, was bullying the same girl. But y'all didn't call it bullying. Y'all was doing the same thing. Yelling in her face, screaming in her face, carrying on. And y'all didn't call it bullying. I mean, okay. Suki let E.T. know that she was corny for doing that. And she was. You're corny. You're corny. You're corny. E.T. is a whole ball of corn. She's a cornball. She's corny. She's corny. She's corny. They call her out in that house. Said that she told the girl something. And not once did that girl pipe up. She ran to her room in the academy. She ran to her room. She was talking all smack in the confessionals. She was cozying up to that girl from Philly because that girl from Philly was getting down. She was getting busy. And you was cozying up to her. Because you're whack. You're corny. And we know it. Stop trying to convince us that you're not. Because you are. And we all know it. E.T. starts yelling back at Suki, but she's doing it from a distance. She's standing behind everybody else. She didn't even move. We didn't see her step up until Rollie stood up. E.T. yelling, "I'ma do what I wanna do when I wanna do it." But you didn't move towards Suki at all. All that energy you be having with everybody else, you didn't move towards her. You stood right where you was. You didn't move, and you didn't get any further than behind Rollie. Just an FYI. I peeped it. You scary. You scary. But we're going to let you tell it that you're not. That you the big bad wolf if we let you tell it. But we know differently. Suki calls her a PUSS. You know what the Y stands for. And E.T. didn't run up then. Nor did she try to sneak her. And in the next episode, we see her whack ass throw a bottle of water in Suki's face. But she waited until all the cameras was surrounding them. After Rollie had for her and all of that stuff. Which just proves our point, ma'am. You're corny. You're corny. So Rollie jumps up talking about, you ain't gonna talk to my friend like that. But Rollie been one of the problem with Suki because Suki told her she wasn't a star. And she was mad from last episode when Suki told her she's not the star of the show. I'm a star. You were mad then. You were mad because Suki started calling y'all out on y'all bull. You was mad. You've been one of the problems with Suki. This was your opportunity. She was messing with your lapdog, and now you're going to jump in. This broad gets in the confessionals, Rollie, talking about, don't tempt us with a good time. And don't threaten us with a good time. But girl, she didn't threaten you. She wasn't even talking to you. She wasn't talking to you. You inserted yourself in business that wasn't yours because your lapdog was getting ate up with the truth. You wanted the issue with Suki. You've been one of the issue with Suki. Every time they brought up Suki's name, we seen your face contort. You've been one of the issue with Suki. Then Rollie they arguing. Suki arguing with Rollie, and Rollie proceeds to say, I know what's in your contract. I'm not going to hit you. I'm not going to fight you. I know what's in your contract. How do you know that, ma'am? How do you know that without production's knowledge? How do you know that if Natalie didn't tell you that? Like, how do you know what's in her contract? And if I was Suki, I would take that up with production. Because how do they know that? And I would also take it up with Natalie. But Suki is dumb because next episode we see her out there partying with them. And then we see them in a confessionals. Not in a confessional. We see them having a meeting with Mariah Lynn talking about she want to fight Suki. Who? And there's only 4 people around the table. Rollie, Natalie, and somebody else. And then Mariah Lynn. Who told you that she wanted to fight you? So you still messing with them on a level that you shouldn't be. But I'm going to let them tell it. Because they could play it out more better than I could ever tell it. Ever tell it. Ever tell it. Child. It's given, I was ugly all my life and now I got a little bit of money, so I'm going to show my tail. That's what it's given. E.T., Rollie, Scottie, Natalie. It's giving it. That's what it's given. I wasn't popular in high school and now I'm on a TV show, so I'm going to just act the fool. That's what it's given. That's what it's given. It's given that. It's given that. And then it goes off with them fighting because Suki, I think she swatted Rollie, and it goes off with them having a fight. Cut to the scene of them in the next episode where they fighting. I think it was E.T. who threw water on in Suki's face, and at this point, I feel like they are a bunch of savages. They are a bunch of savages, and I want them off my TV. I don't feel like I'm going to watch Caribbean baddies. I don't want to see it. Especially if they're coming back with these same birds. I don't want to see it. I don't think my pressure could take it. I don't think my pressure could take it. And I don't know how I'm going to feel about doing reviews for this show anymore. Once this is over, I don't know how I'm going to do reviews for this show anymore. I'm going to find a new show to do reviews for. I'm seeing Precious having a new show. If it's not too ratchet, I'll probably come to y'all with that. But yeah, I don't know how I feel. But thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you guys for watching to this far, if you got this far. And thank you guys. I would appreciate it if you guys could like the video, and if you have reached this far, please subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe because I see you guys coming back, but I would appreciate it if you guys subscribe to my channel. It would really help me with the algorithm. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
What's Smiley faking? Y'all, I like Smiley, y'all, but yeah, she was faking that shit, y'all. She was tweaking. She took a pill from somebody. She won't give up the sources, but that bitch was faking, y'all. She wasn't faking. I'm not gonna say we gave her the wrong diagnosis. She was not having a seizure. She was not faking. She was tweaking. That's what we call it in the hood. What's you know why I don't take y'all shit seriously? Because I've seen like a lot of special ed people and people like who have Down syndrome and stuff, and y'all show them so much love and y'all call them beautiful. So I don't take y'all seriously because I know I'm beautiful. You know, I don't think